As I mentioned earlier, in June, our denomination adopted new language and covenant for our Unitarian Universalist Association around shared values. This is the third in a series of sermons exploring that new text, and today's shared value is transformation. We adapt to the changing world. We covenant to collectively transform and grow spiritually and ethically. Openness to change is fundamental to our Unitarian and Universalist heritages, never complete and never perfect. The reading we heard from Ecclesiastes offers a reflection on the rhythms of change. It's part of what's referred to as wisdom literature in Hebrew scripture, together with the Psalms, Proverbs, Job, and Song of Songs. This book is different from much of the rest of the Bible. Rather than a relational God or people seeking to know God's will, Ecclesiastes is more philosophical, more humanist even. Though we may not wish to cultivate things like hate, war, and violence, there are times of them. They are part of human experience. And we seek to balance them with love, peace, and compassion. There are times of stagnation and times of transformation. Sorry, one sec. So I've had this earworm of a song in my head all week as I have been thinking about transformation. And as my gift to you, I'm going to share it. Does anyone here know the song Born a Worm by Ben Reeder? No? Okay, great. Well, this is going to be a treat. I heard it at an April Fool's concert early this year, and I was charmed. So I'm going to sing it. It's just a little short line, and I'll sing it through twice. And it's slightly edited for use in worship service. So if you go and Google it and find it later, there's one word that's different. You can use your imagination. Okay, so here it is. Born a worm, spins a cocoon, goes to sleep, wakes up a butterfly. Oh, what the heck is that about? What the heck is that about? That's the whole song. But for 3 minutes. We won't do that. Born a worm, spins a cocoon, goes to sleep, wakes up a butterfly. Oh, what the heck is that about? What the heck is that about? He makes it interesting for like 3 minutes, and there's cartoons. It's beautiful. So I know that the science isn't quite right. The language isn't quite right. Worm, caterpillar. I'm sure it had to do with fitting into the tune. But I think it so sweetly captures that magic of transformation. Caterpillars becoming cellular goo and reforming into a butterfly. What the heck is that about? For me, the song also sparks the imagination of, well, if a caterpillar can become a butterfly, what might be possible for us to become and do? At this time of autumnal equinox, we are at the midpoint between the shortest and longest days of the year. The changing light nudges plants and trees and critters to prepare for their winter sleep, so they may come back anew in the spring. In the summer, I could get up early or stay out late in the garden, weeding and planting, but now I have to pay attention to pesky things like sunrise and sunset. The garden is one of my greatest teachers, and this fall I'm hearing anew a lesson about burning candles at both ends. Ugh. We and the critters around us are harvesting food and storing seeds for the winter. I've been trying to save more and more seeds from my garden to plant next season, and it's so exciting to look at them in the depth of winter, cozy in their little white envelopes, waiting for the spring equinox to be planted anew. The magic that seeds with the right environment become food, plants, trees, is astonishing. What the heck is that about? In an interview this week, Jane Fonda talked about the difference between optimism and hope. She shared that even when she's not optimistic about her fight for climate justice, that she has hope, and that we need hope to keep working for change. Without that, we can't take a leap towards transformation. We can't spin that cocoon, right? Hope is a seed that sustains us as we seek transformation. Transformation to help build a more just world, to adapt to a changing world. We seek transformation to move together with our earth and its rhythms. A time to plant, a time to pluck up what is planted. We can go through life without connection to the miracle that is seeds and butterflies and hope in transformation. But if so, we are all the poorer for it. In each season, we are invited anew to practice important skills and values, like transformation, compassion, and interdependence. On this equinox, what might you learn from attention to the world transforming around us? I don't know about you, but all of a sudden, all of the leaves are falling around me, and my heart skipped a beat yesterday when I was out in the woods. It made me pay attention. How might hope be fed in your life? And what leap toward an openness to change might be possible? Maybe the plants and trees outside can help us to know. This is a short sermon this week. That is my sermon, may it be so. But so we have a little time, I think. Hold on, let me. Who's got a watch on? My phone is not here. 11:02, we got acres of time. Okay, so what I want to invite folks to do is to think about some of those questions. Pick one. I'll read them again. What might you learn from attention to the world transforming around us? How might hope be fed in your life? And what leap toward an openness to change might be possible? So sit for a minute and think about one or all of those. And then if you'd like, if you feel comfortable, I invite you to chat with somebody in the room and sort of talk a little bit about where you're at. And if that feels less comfortable for you, it's totally fine to just sit and have a little bit of moment in quiet and reflect on that. And Kenny, do you think we can turn the speakers off in the room so people on Zoom can talk to each other? Perfect, great. So same for folks on Zoom. And let's just take 5 to 10 minutes and 5 to 7 minutes and do this thing, all right? So I'm going to read them one more time. What might you learn from attention to the world transforming around us? How might hope be fed in your life? And what leap toward an openness to change might be possible? All right? So let's sit for 1 minute. I'll do that first. All right, so now as you're comfortable, find somebody to chat with, or you can continue to sit and contemplate. And I'll call you back in about 5 or 6 minutes. Are there any words or short phrases that I could be able to repeat back into the mic so everybody can hear that folks might want to share out from your conversations or from your own reflection? Peace. Yeah. Trees changing colors and letting go of their leaves. Yeah. Change. Yeah, preparation for a time of dormancy that has its own kind of beauty. And growth also. Yeah. Yes. Online, who was waving? Or is it in the chat, Kenny? Oh, it's you. Go ahead. That's also allowed. Okay. Well, while you're getting the mic out, and anybody else here in the room? Yeah, go ahead. Gratitude helps engender hope. Nice. Go ahead, Kenny. That's all right.
That's a fair indication I found the mic. But this is actually on behalf of Sandy, who brought it up, and I figured I'd share the poem in full, because I have the power to. Hope is a thing with feathers that perches in the soul, and sings the tune without the words, and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. I really do hope this is the poem that that Sandy meant to share.
Yeah, thank you. Emily Dickinson for the win. Yeah, Marion. Gratitude, a heart of prayer. Yeah. And say the author's name again. Oh, Brother David Sendell Rost, R-A-S-T. Yeah, thank you. Oh, Meryl, go ahead.
I was thinking, about the hope and the idea about leaping to change. And usually within myself, I expect it like this. But when I look at nature now, the transformation isn't overnight. It's slow. It started where we live, like maybe a week or two with the small maple trees. And so to remember that, yes, there's hope to change, and it takes time. And that is what I thought of.
That's great, thank you. Yes, Pat.
Along those lines, I thought of the 300-year-old banyan tree in Hawaii that was destroyed in those fires.
Oh yeah, the 300-year-old banyan tree destroyed in the fires.
It's leafing out.
It's blooming and back. Yeah, nice. Well, thank you everybody for sharing. And I imagine that as you move through your day, you may start maybe still chewing on these questions a little bit and maybe talking in coffee hour or on Zoom after the service, which I encourage you to do.